You were 8 years old the first time your father told you. Every room is a decision someone already made for you. You didn't understand what that meant. You were sitting on the cold marble floor at exactly 6:12 p.m., tracing the lines between the tiles with your finger. Each square was perfectly aligned. No gaps, no mistakes. Your father stood above you, tall, still, watching. "Count them," he said. "You counted 144 tiles in that room." He nodded once. "Good. Remember this, nothing here is accidental. Your house didn't feel like a home. It felt like a system. Every door closed at the same angle, always 32 degrees. Every hallway echoed with the same hollow sound. Even your footsteps sounded controlled. At 10, you noticed something strange. There were no locks on your doors, but somehow, you never left a room unless your father wanted you to. He worked in silence. No phone calls, no emails, no office. But every night at exactly 11:11 p.m., he would sit at his desk, open a black notebook, and draw. Not buildings, not houses, something else. Lines that looped back into themselves. Corridors that led nowhere. Rooms with no doors. You once asked him what he was making. He didn't look up. Places people don't come back from. At 12, curiosity became something sharper. You started watching him, learning his patterns. He always used the same pen, 0.5 mm black ink. Always drew in straight lines first. Always paused for exactly 7 seconds before finishing a design. So one night, you broke the only rule he never said out loud. You opened his notebook. The page you found wasn't a drawing. It was a map, a full layout of something massive. 42 rooms, 18 corridors, 6 entry points, 1 exit. But the exit didn't connect to anything. You stared at it for 2 minutes and 9 seconds before you heard his voice behind you. "Do you see it?" You froze. I was just... "Look again." Your hands trembled as you followed the lines. And then you saw it. The exit wasn't real. It led back inside. "No one leaves," he said calmly. You turned slowly. "Why would someone build this?" He stepped closer, his shadow covering the page. "Because the people inside deserve it." At 14, he took you to your first site. It wasn't marked on any map, no signs, no guards, no name, just a structure buried into the side of a mountain. Concrete, steel, silence. It smelled like cold air and something, metallic. You counted 3 doors before entering. Only one opened. Inside, everything felt wrong. The hallways were too long, the turns too sharp, the walls too clean. Every step echoed, then disappeared. "Stay close," your father said. You did, because something about that place made you feel like if you stopped moving, you wouldn't find your way back. He showed you a room. Empty, no windows, no visible exits. "Find the door," he said. You searched for 11 minutes. Nothing. No handles, no seams, no edges. "Time's up," he said. He walked forward and pressed a single spot on the wall. A door appeared. You hadn't even seen the line. "Perception," he said, looking at you, "is the first prison. At 15, your training began. Not with weapons, with space. How many steps from here to the corner?" He would ask. 12, you'd answer. Wrong. 11, you hesitated. Every mistake mattered. Because in his world, mistakes didn't get corrected. They got trapped. At 16, he gave you your first design. A simple structure, he said. 12 rooms, 4 exits. You worked for 3 days. Measured everything. Perfect angles. Clean lines. When you showed him, he stared at it for exactly 18 seconds. Then, he shook his head. "Too easy." "What do you mean?" you asked. "They can escape." You frowned. "I followed every rule." He leaned closer. "That's why it fails." He took your design and changed one thing, just one. A hallway that looked straight, but curved by 2 degrees. Barely noticeable. Impossible to track. "Now," he said quietly, "they will never leave." At 18, you understood. Your father wasn't building prisons. He was building decisions. Every step someone took inside his structures, was already predicted. Every turn, controlled. Every exit, an illusion. At 21, you visited a finished site alone. Your first real test. A facility designed for people with too much power, too much money, too many secrets. You walked through it slowly, counting, always counting. 1 entrance, 2 guards, 17 cameras, 48 rooms. No exits. It worked, perfectly. But then you noticed something. A flaw, a small one. A door that aligned too perfectly, too symmetrically. Your heart started racing. Because symmetry means predictability. You followed the path, step by step, turn by turn, and for the first time in your life, you found something your father never allowed. A real exit. You stood there for 27 seconds, just staring at it. A way out, a mistake. You went home that night at 11:11 p.m. He was waiting. You found it, he said. Not a question. Yes. Silence filled the room. Then he smiled. For the first time in your life. Good, he said. Your chest tightened. Good? You repeated. He walked past you and opened his black notebook. There's always one. You froze. What? One real exit, he said calmly, hidden among the false ones. You stared at him, your mind racing. Why would you do that? He looked at you. Really looked at you. Because, he said quietly, if no one can escape, it's not a prison, it's a coffin. The room went silent. The same silence you felt at 8 years old, standing on perfectly aligned tiles, thinking everything was controlled. But now, you understood. He didn't design prisons to trap people. He designed them to give them hope. A single path, a single chance, a single decision. And whether they found it was never about the design. It was about them. You looked down at your hands, steady, precise, just like his. And for the first time, you realized something that made your chest feel heavier than any wall he ever built. Every prison you designed from now on would have one exit. And you would never tell anyone where it is.